Welcome, everybody. It's lovely to be here with you. Let's just take a moment and shut down our eyes, inviting the grace of the Divine Mother to pour into this world. Together, let us pray for world peace. Let's invite an ending to all wars, all conflicts. May world leaders wake up to the truth of peace, the kindness of love and compassion. May our world come to our senses, deeply understand and know that peace is the way, love is the way, truth is the way. O Holy Mother, we place our prayer at your feet. We beg of you to have mercy on the human race. Flood us with your higher light, your higher grace, a higher truth. Show us and give us the strength to choose another way of living beyond violence, beyond pain and misery, in direct alignment with your highest truth. Okay, so we release our prayer to the divine. I'd like to welcome you into this room, into this space. Of course, big news. I think our retreat is not this weekend, but next weekend, November 3rd through the 5th, 2023. Please come. Please sign up. We'd love to have you there. If you need a last-minute scholarship, just reach out to me. I'm always happy to offer those if you're struggling financially in any way. Also, I have this secondary Kundalini course, self-study one, and then also a Kundalini group that's going to be starting, I believe, the day after the retreat. And that's just going to go on for 1 month, 4 sessions. And information for that is at kundalini.com. I do believe they got their links and their website fixed, so that should be in working order. Okay. So I'd like to share, this week's teaching. And this week's teaching has to do with just the number one thing that Kundalini needs from each of you. The number one thing Kundalini needs is for our body, our nervous system, our mind, and our emotional nature to be deeply relaxed. That's the number one thing. Like, if we could just do that, the Kundalini will take care of everything else. But the biggest problem that people have is that we fight with this energy of grace. And it's understandable that we don't always understand, like, what's happening? What's all this energy about? But I want us just to imagine, like, if we fought with puberty, it'd be a crazy fight. It's just like, it'd be a crazy fight. It'd be silly. If we tried to stop ourselves from growing. And like, I have a little girl, and sometimes she comes to me and she says, "Daddy, my knees hurt." And it's really just the bones in her legs hurt because she's growing so quick. Like, she's just growing so quick. Because sometimes growth, a lot of times, often growth is very painful. And when it's something we don't understand, we tend to unconsciously resist it. And so I'm going to invite us all to close our eyes. And we're just going to do a little meditation while we simultaneously inquire into different parts of our body or different minds in the body. So the first thing I'm going to invite you to bring a conscious awareness to is your nervous system. So especially this line, the spine, right along the central channel, the back of the skull. And there's, all these millions of nerves that flow all the way down to your fingertips and the tips of your toes. And I invite you simply to breathe in a loving way, a gentle way, a supportive way. Just feeling into the central channel and the nervous system, and really noticing, like, is my nervous system in fight or flight? Is it stuck in a state of tension? And as we take deep, full belly breaths, it's inviting the entirety of the nervous system to relax, inviting it to calm, inviting it to be soothed. Again, as we're breathing, we're feeling, and gently opening. We're breathing and feeling and opening, just noticing. Is there any place my central nervous system is holding? Like, is there tension? Sometimes we hold tension in the root. If you feel like that vagus nerve, like from your neck all the way down to your root. And just noticing, are there some places that could relax? There are some places you can relax, and we're going to invite our conscious awareness to expand and to include the physicality of the body. So often we hold tension in our joints, in the wrists, the elbows, the ankles, the hips, the shoulders. And just noticing, are we holding any tension here? Can we soften? Can we open? Can we breathe deeply and fully throughout the body, and just noticing, am I gripping? Am I tensing? Am I holding? Am I contracting? The back of the skull, the jaw, the throat, the shoulders. Sometimes like right behind the eyes. This giant octal nerve, like sometimes we grip there. We can even smile a little bit, just noticing, like, yeah, that's a funny place to grip. We can even invite just the energy of awakening to come into this moment. Really wake up and see, like, is there anything I need to fight against in this moment? Is there any actual danger in the here and now? And of course, there's not. Of course, there's not. So we're relaxing more fully in the chest, on the right side of the heart, the left side of the heart, behind the heart. Relaxing the ribs and the solar plexus. Relaxing. And as we relax our nervous system, and as we relax the physical body, I invite you just to notice that the Kundalini is flowing a little bit more fluidly. A little bit more fluidly. Now, some of you I can see are kind of up in your mind and thinking a little bit too much. And when we do that, there's this funny thing that happens. The more energy we have up in our head, our body will unconsciously contract because it knows that we are not home in the body. And so if there's any of you here, I see a couple of you, if you can come down more fully into your body, it takes a little bit of courage to breathe more deeply and to feel what's here, to open to what's here. And it's kind of funny looking around the room as some of you come down into your body, immediately the Kundalini starts to flow. This is a very basic thing. You're just bringing conscious awareness into the body, embodying yourself. And right away, the Kundalini starts to flow. It starts to flow. And so again, just breathing more deeply into the belly, to the hips, into the pelvis, the pelvic floor, the thighs, the hamstrings, the entirety of the legs and the feet, and the arms and the hands. And the Kundalini wants you to be in your body, wants you to inhabit this vehicle. And you can tell that because the more you inhabit your body fully and open-heartedly in a relaxed way, the Kundalini begins to flow. And for some of you, it begins to dance. And there's little kriyas or big kriyas. That means you're doing it right. And so again, just taking a couple more deep breaths and just noticing again, inquiring throughout the nervous system. Am I holding? Am I tensing in the nervous system? Am I holding? Am I tensing in the body? And can I relax? Can I relax? Can I trust? Can I open? Can I open? And so the next place I'm going to invite you to look. So we're going to continue to stay open here. But the next place I'm going to invite you just to feel into your emotional mind. Is your emotional mind hung up on something? Is it tripping over something? Is it gnawing on something? Is it attached to something? Is it fighting with something? Just in this short period, can we give ourselves permission to relax the emotional nature? Just inviting the presence of love to flow through the space of the heart, clearing out any emotions, holding any unmet needs, or holding any difficulties or challenges, emotional challenges in our life. Just inviting love to hold what's here. So the ego doesn't need to hold anything. We're inviting love to hold what's here. To embrace what's here. And so again, we're breathing, feeling, opening. And giving ourselves permission just to check in and to see, am I holding on to any old pain? Sometimes we hold behind the heart some old emotional pain. Sometimes we hold in the chest, like in a gripping, anxious way. And of course, we know this isn't the way. So breathing in and breathing out. Just inviting a gentle stream of love to flow throughout the emotional nature, healing, calming, softening, And sometimes our emotions, our emotional nature holds on to someone or something. And if that's us, we can send love in the direction of whatever it is that we've been holding on to. And send love in the direction of an old attachment, mother, father, sister, brother. Softening through in and through out. Softening through in and through out. As we breathe, as we feel, as we open. And again, just noticing there's more fluidity in the nervous system. And so the last place I want you to look is I want you to look into your mind, but I don't want you to get stuck in your mind. The mind is such a sticky place. But just to look into the mind and just notice if you're tripping around with negative belief systems or thoughts that aren't helpful, and giving yourself permission to notice, to acknowledge the spacious nature of the mind. The spacious nature of the mind. So as we breathe, as we feel, as we open, not really paying attention to thoughts, but noticing that the nature of your consciousness is spacious peace. And so inviting this spacious peace to awaken throughout the space of the mind, beyond the edges of your brain, beyond the edges of the skull, just letting your consciousness expand. You can even imagine the consciousness of the central column expanding out 3 feet, 6 feet, 12 feet, beyond the edges of the body. Beyond the edges of the body. Allowing yourself to be deeply open, deeply spacious. There is plenty of room here for this thing called Kundalini to flow. And so inviting the mind to be open, the heart to be open, solar plexus, the hara, the root to be open. And 3 feet, 6 feet, 12 feet, 24. Lots of space. Lots of space. Now, from this perspective of being spaciously open, I gently invite us to bring our awareness down to the root and inviting this Kundalini to flow up through the root chakra, up the spine, through the hara, clearing out any congestion in the subtle energetic body, clearing out any congestion in the first chakra and the second chakra, clearing out any old karma, any clinging, finding the root chakra to be radically open, the hara to be radically open, radiant with light. As this energy of Kundalini flows up the spine to the space, the solar plexus, Again, clearing out any heaviness, any denseness. So we're breathing, feeling, opening, letting it all flow. Riding the first 3 chakra centers. To be vibrant, to be luminous, to be flooded with light. Riding these 3 centers to come into their radiant truth. Their radiant truth. Each and every breath. Breathing, we're feeling, we're opening. As this energy flows up through the root, through the heart, through the solar plexus, pouring into the space of the heart. Exploding open in the space of the heart. Now I can see that some of you have went back up into your mind, and so please come back into the heart. Your heart is wanting to be filled with so much light, so much love. It's wanting to come into the recognition of its true self, its true nature. And so we're inviting this energy to flow. We're welcoming this ascension of light from the root to the hara to the solar plexus, expanding out in every direction as it comes into the space of the heart. And feel like a big light show as the Kundalini flows into the space of the heart. And of course, when it comes into the heart, it wants to just keep flowing up through the throat chakra, clearing out any congestion in the throat chakra, by expansion of energy as this Kundalini Shakti flows into the space of the mind. And again, exploding outward, expanding throughout the conscious nature of the mind. Even feel a little disorienting as the mind expands exponentially. We're breathing, feeling, opening, trusting. Trusting. In this movement of grace. Inviting it to flow up right through the center of the mind, pouring through the crown chakra, pouring up. There's one more chakra. It's actually a couple more, but I want us just to focus on the one. It's just about 1.5 feet above your head, flowing through the 7th chakra into the 8th chakra center. And just noticing what happens as you access the 8th chakra center. So if you really open and trust, it might put a big smile on your face. This realm of bliss, luminosity, it's like a fountain of Amrita begins to flow. The grace of Kundalini is wanting to show you your true nature. Wanting to show you the fullness of your divinity. So inviting this light to flow from below the root to above the head, the way through the 8th chakra center. So man's light, man's love, this energy of bliss coming online, restoring a harmony and order to the body, to the nervous system. Inviting you to wake up to the truth of what you are. So breathing, feeling, opening. Smiling at the recognition of your divinity. And so we can breathe, we can feel, we can open, we can smile, knowing and trusting that Kundalini really just wants one thing from you. And that is for you to relax and open. And of course, we all want that for our own self anyways. Relax and open to discover the truth of what you are. Okay.